Hello, everyone. It is me with Samuel Brock Flynn Show. We have Aiden Goblet as a guest tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well, Samuel. It's nice to be on the show once again. It's always an honor. It's always great to be on the show. I love it.
Right. I
What you
appreciate
actually
you for
just cut
coming
out
on.
there just a second
So
ago.
what do you have to bring for the table today, and
Well, Samuel, first off, I'm going to say that you
what
are
do you
cutting
have
out.
to bring for the table tonight? As far as
I don't know what it is, but you're actually cutting out, Samuel.
um,
You still there?
why I don't understand how.
Yeah, it keeps cutting in and out.
I'm still here. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, yours for me is like just cutting in and out, and you're just
All right.
completely frozen.
I'm gonna disconnect this real quick.
All right,
How do I sound better? Do I sound better or does it sound worse?
it sounds better. Just I don't know what's going on as far as you like cutting in and out because I can barely hear you.
Right. Um. Anyhow, it doesn't tell me on my end what's upload and download things like speed wise goes. But what is your what are you writing about? Can you tell us what
All
you're
right,
doing with
my
that
new
as
book that I'm
well
currently
or
working on. Yes, the new book I'm working on. The book is called "If I Were to Become President," or "If I Was to Be the President of the United States." Um, Really, it's just a memoir, just the thoughts and plans that I would have and I would personally set in place if I had that type of power and was in that position. I feel like I would really be there to help change and lead this nation into a great territory.
right? Well, I appreciate that. Um, so what are you what's your if you do run as a presidential candidate, what do you plan as changing policies here in America? What do you plan on doing with America overall in the future?
Well, there's a few things, honestly. First off, let's just kind of go back into my book. Let's see. First off, I do want to secure the borders if it has not already been secured. That is number one on the priority list. And I think the
Right.
number two thing that I will really try getting done if possible is the two party system or just the party system in general. I think it's got to go. Uh, it's just causing way too much division amongst the people, amongst the politicians, just amongst everybody. Like the party system is
Yes,
just divisive.
I agree.
Heck, even George Washington did not want there to be a party system at all. And I do feel like if people were just independent, like individuals there in office versus party members in office, we'd get a lot more done and a lot more will happen uh, in politics instead of people fighting just because it's like this person was a Democrat and came up with it, so we don't want to do what they want, or this person's a Republican and in office and decide to come up with that, so we don't want to do that. And just you get that back and forth blame game versus if there wasn't a party system, we'd easily just be able to get more done. I just feel like, and it would be just less divisive. If that makes sense.
Right, right. Yeah, it's. I mean, I've got friends that have disconnected from me because of my personal politics. So I'm like, what did I do? Why are you all of a sudden hating me because of my politics? You know, because
Yeah,
of who I voted for or whatever. You know, you can't. That's just like it's like what is this? You know.
yeah, Samuel. Identity politics is probably the worst thing uh, for this nation, and it's just absolutely tearing this nation apart. And it's sad to think about, but it's happening. It's here, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, the moment we get rid of identity politics, the easier we will be, and the closer that we will
Yeah.
be to moving on as a nation, and just really starting to truly get things done without being held back by Democrat and Republican. Really. You're still there, Samuel? Hello, Samuel.
Hello. I am sorry, folks. I don't know what happened. So if you guys are still watching this, we have no idea what happened to Aiden. So it does not tell me, but he's allowed to come back in. He may have rejoined. I don't know. Are you still there with us, Aiden? Hey, you still with us? You could still talk to us through here. That's fine.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the feed,
I don't either.
but yeah, I got completely disconnected. You like went silent and like was frozen, and then it just disconnected me.
Wow.
Then rejoin studio button. Let me see what that does. Waiting for the host here. So. Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Me neither. I think you're coming back in. We'll put you back in. So let's put you back through.
I muted
All
myself
right.
on this other.
I'll see you on the other side.
Alrighty, I'm back. That was strange. Now you're
Can you
silent.
hear us, sir?
Samuel, you there? You're silent again.
Hold on just a second, guys. We'll be back up in a moment, so
Uh,
I can hear you. How you
you can
doing?
hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Alright, I can hear you.
Yes,
Your
I can see you and
video.
hear you. Yes, sir.
Your video's doing a lot better. So what was it that you were saying before all of that weird crap just happened?
I said we were talking about what do you plan to do with America and how do you plan to make it better?
Well, there's plenty of things I can do to make it better. Um, Another thing that I want to really do is I want to just completely eradicate homelessness. Um, I want to set it forth a program where there will be homes for homeless, where we'll help rehabilitate the people and just really get them back and ready into society. They'll have about a year. It'll be like a year program. You get them on in off the streets. You really like rehabilitate them, whether they need counseling, whether they need AA meetings, whether just whatever it might be, and then also do job readiness training for them. Just get them a job and really just help them get back on their feet and come out the other side in about a year. And then within about 6 months or so, after or they yeah, so for a period of 6 months, we'll monitor them afterwards, uh, and just make sure they're doing well before we just completely quit monitoring them because that means they're good. So about a year and a half ish is about the length of the program of you being in. Is it will be a year of you being in, and then 6 months of you being on your own.
Right. So yeah, I agree with that. And how do you on social? I mean, social Truth Social. How do you feel about my post there? I commented on. Do you think that was beneficial for people if they're homeless or
Oh,
they're
absolutely. That would
doing
make a great
uh,
care package. Some of those
dealing with?
I'm not going to be able to do, obviously. That'll be up to them to obtain and get. But the other stuff, uh, I feel like that would be a good thing. Obviously, there's going to be a budget of this. So, I mean, you can't get absolutely everything, but you could get quite a few things, really, just to help.
Oh no, sir.
Yeah, help.
I would just start with the backpack and then the start with the backpack and then the like compass or something or a map or blankets or something or even a tent for them to stay in so they have that shelter there that way they're not out there sleeping on the streets having to find a building to crawl under or
Oh,
a trash
absolutely.
can or what have you.
That's why
I've seen
I
it all and I've brought
plan on
it up to
packing
our
tents.
own people and I've even brought it up to politicians. I said, "Hey, I said I'm seeing this every day. I said, is there anything we can do about it? Usually, no response from our Tennessee lawmakers, and there's no response from, um, you know, and it's sad that some of these stores around here they treat them horribly. They treat these homeless people as criminals. They treat them as I myself have seen it. I've even seen them some of these places uh, you know do that, and I'm like, whoa, there's resources for these people. Instead of treating them like a criminal, let's provide those resources that we have on file and give it to them. But
Oh,
instead, they treat them like a criminal and call the police and all that. And I just get sick and tired of it.
I agree with you.
I can't stand it.
Absolutely,
And
one hundred
then
percent.
they barely even and they call themselves like a 501c3 thrift store. They should be able to give those people um, some some clothes or some help or something. You know, I mean, even a actual grocery store should be able to hand them resources, but they don't. They just treat people like criminals, and they treat it as if the as if the exorcist walked through the door. It should not be done that way. But anyways, let's not reference that. But it is very much somewhat though the way people act. It's is sort of like that though. It's sort of crazy. So
Unfortunately, that is the world we live in. Because
that's how it
I
is.
truly want to do more to help homeless that's already there, then do more to really prevent homelessness. Because really, instead of thinking of them as criminals and bad people, I mean, not all of them are good, but I mean, a lot of them are just people that they had a rough time. Because people are always like one paycheck away from uh, just being homeless. Like a lot of people, unfortunately, the reality is just one bad thing from happening from homeless. Like you could lose your job, or there's a lot that can happen, and then just like that, you'll be homeless.
Much
And
agree.
heck, house burns down. Let's take that for example. Your house burns down. There, you're homeless now. So I mean,
Yeah.
bad things happen, and that's where I feel like a lot of homelessness comes in because it's not all because people are being bums. Now there are the bums out there, but I mean there is still uh, people that just had unfortunate stuff just ended up coming their way. Like I said, like house burns down or they lose a job or just something ends up happening and they end up homeless on the streets.
Yeah.
It's sad, and we ought to do more about it. I
Right.
do feel like we should expand on our just other programs we already have for that. As far as rent assistance, just really expand on that and just really tackle these like key issues. Um, then we do need to do something about the crime. Honestly, I really just feel like we need to do more training and more funding
Yes.
to the police and just make sure they're properly trained because you do see these like bad things that sometimes the cops were in the wrong, but I mean not all cops are bad. You just really gotta vet through people and really just do what it takes to find the right
Yep.
people for the job.
Right.
Because I hate seeing
I
on
agree
the
with you
news
there
just
on
seeing
that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I hate seeing on the news
right.
or just
Not
seeing
every
where
cop is
a
bad
cop
out there.
got.
There's some good people.
Oh, absolutely. There's good cops and you got bad cops, and uh, unfortunately, when cops get reported, they only report the bad ones. They don't always report the good ones, and it's sad and
Right.
just really giving our law enforcement a bad name.
Right.
But yeah,
So, when do you plan on having your book published, and what's the name of it?
like I said, it's gonna be called "If I Were to Be the President of the United States of America." That's the name of it. It'll have all the detailed thoughts and policies that I want to implement, that I want to do, and that I want to really tackle some issues. And here's one
Right.
thing though: is I won't be able to run until 2040, so we don't know what 20 years from now is going to look like as far as issues and problems and whatnot.
No,
We don't
we
know.
don't.
We really don't. So I mean, some of this that I have here might be fixed. Some of it might be better. I mean, yeah. Hold on, yeah. Some of it might be fixed, and some of it might be worse. We don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like. And heck, there's probably going to be. I know of it. There's going to be more and bigger issues of that time. But I mean, you can only take guesses of what the next 20 years might look like. And technically, it's not even 20 years from now. It's really more of like a 15, 16 years from now. 2040 is coming up pretty quickly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. So, how do you feel about the Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg says senior Biden administration officials pressured Facebook to censor some COVID-19 content during the pandemic?
Well, that is what it is, unfortunately. Hence the reason why we now have Truth Social is.
Isn't that a freedom?
Oh, it
Yep.
absolutely violates
Isn't
the
that a
freedom of
freedom of
speech.
speech problem?
Oh no, it absolutely was.
So,
Absolutely, election interference. It's a lot of things, and it's just one of those things that it happened. Unfortunately, there's not much that can be done about it. And obviously, there's not going to really be anything that is done about it. And it's one of those hard things that you just really got to figure out how to get things rolling a certain way. it's just really unfortunate. Is honestly what this boils down to.
Now, under your future presidency, you don't plan to censor people's opinions and ideology, do
Oh,
you?
absolutely not. I want to make sure and give like the freedom back to the people. Another big of my issues is that I want to ensure election integrity and true like things. Honestly, in my opinion, you should not mail in a ballot unless you are fighting overseas. If you're stationed overseas in our military, that's the only time you should be sending in a mail-in ballot. Otherwise, if you live in the states, get out and vote, and make sure that you are in the area that you're supposed to be in when it's time to vote. You can't be mailing in ballots just because you're on vacation that week. like, like you should be
Mm-hmm.
voting on election day in person
Right.
with a voter ID, proof of citizenship, and
Right.
that's how you fix election
I very
problems.
much agree. Yep.
Because I want to make sure there's the
I agree with
integrity in
that
people's
100%.
elections. Hmm.
I agree with you.
Yeah, all this crap about like them not wanting
Yeah,
uh,
it's
voter
sad that we
ID
don't
and
have
like
integrity of
trying to
our
let
own right now.
anybody just come in and elect whatever. It's like, no, we're not like just going to let anybody come on in and elect whoever. You got to have ID for everything else. So you ought to have extra
Well,
ID to
well,
vote.
that's treasonous. That's very treasonous.
Right, that is true.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
actually,
that's It's all treasonous.
I just want to see a better
So
America and see a better thing. And honestly, if we are able to get along truly, I want to be
that's
able
both
to
of us.
do what? What was that, Samuel?
That's both of us. We want a we want both of us better America and everything else. It's just that's what we all want. Go ahead.
Yeah, because there's actually a lot of public services in Japan, and they're doing just well. And I just really feel that we should come together and be able to do that instead of like I said, with all this corruption and stuff. We need to fight corruption. We need to fight identity politics and start getting things done. And like instead of like having this frivolous government spending, anything that is taxed should go back into helping the people. And that's even what the Constitution says about taxes. Is like the only time taxes should be implemented is if it's going back to help and help benefit the American people. And that is how it needs to be. It does not need to be there to be lining people's pockets. It does not need to be there to be sending out to other countries. That is for the American people, for making the lives better of the American people, and to really just keep the government running. And then you can worry about other countries if need
I
be.
think they
And
need
the
to
only
drop
time you should be
charges
in a
on this
war,
man. That the Donald.
huh? I
These are
can't see
the Donald Trump charges. That's what this is.
well, I was not able to see it. You're very blurry.
If you
But
don't know what that is, it's the Donald Trump charges.
yeah, cause did you see where they were trying to prosecute him once again? They're going after him again.
Yes, I did. They're trying to charge him for RICO. This says that he is violation of the Georgia RICO Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, solicitation of violation of oath by public officer, conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer. He's the president of the United States. He's not impersonating. He's allowed to do what he wants to do. He is. Last I checked, your police officers and judges. He's your boss. So last I checked, anyway. Um, uh, conspiracy to commit forgery in first degree, conspiracy to commit false statements and writings, conspiracy to commit filing false documents, conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degrees, which they charged him with that twice in this same thing here, which I think is very odd. And they charged him with the public officer about 3 times.
Like I said, it's just a bunch of crap,
So
and
what I mean,
I hate it for him.
he got yeah. I mean, yeah. It just it's like and so on. It's like a rambling on with the same old thing on each line. It just like what I mean. All I have to say is what has this man and has and hasn't done? I mean, what's the issue here?
Yeah, I know.
So
It's just a bunch of crap.
this is my personal belief. I believe. Hold on. I believe that they're mad. I believe the Democrats and the left wing party are mad because he has enough evidence to go after them and prosecute them and put them behind bars. That would be my only guess. As somebody that went to forensic science school and has a diploma in criminology, that would be my guess. Is he has something against you, and it's a breach of security of your own life because you are a lying, cheating, and stealing and criminal type of guy. You would have to be, you would have to be like really putting roadblocks against somebody or try to stop somebody from doing something by, causing a witch hunt, for example, or something like that. I mean, have you ever thought of that? I mean, is that's actually a pretty uh, intelligent idea, but it's also turning the tables of politics and using against their political opponent.
Yeah, yeah, it's just not right. It's not right at all. And I just really feel that we gotta truly just make sure the election integrity and just make sure the prosecution of political opponents are not happening. Also, I do notice that right here, the show says Samuel Brock Flynn show with Donald James Parker for this session right here.
I know. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Yeah,
change that. Yeah, I know you're not Donald. We know you're not Donald. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know it said that. Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Hmm.
I didn't. It didn't tell me to change the title at all. So
And the title says that it's
it's okay.
not me. Yeah,
Do what?
I said, but yes, this political atmosphere that we are currently in is absolutely crazy, and something needs to change. Otherwise,
Very
we
wicked.
will no longer be a country anymore. It's it's not
Right.
looking
Say
good.
I know.
And
That's
so
what I
I'm
was
I'm
thinking
writing
too. I
this
thought
book
we need.
to hopefully
Yeah.
inspire people that are of age and that really are
I
in.
will let you know. Donald James Parker did mention. I right.
Mention what? What did he mention?
He
You're cutting out again, Samuel. Samuel. Hello. Samuel, are you there? Hello. Samuel. Hello.
hello.
You there, Samuel? It says we're not able to display this camera and mic. Samuel. Hello? Samuel.
I can hear you.
I cannot see or hear you at all.
Yeah, I don't know what it did. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it just says we're not able to display this camera and mic, and it says the same thing on the live stream as well.
Back to what I was saying is, this is, it needs help. So it cut me off in the middle of whatever I was saying. So this is crazy.
Oh, I agree. It's crazy. Well, what were you saying? Go ahead and say. And I can actually hear you a lot better now that we're on the phone audio.
Donald James Parker had mentioned on my podcast a while back that the reason for this prophecy, this prophet was to warn us of a future financial collapse in the future. It'd be around either before or after Donald Trump gets back into office. That's what was predicted. And then the economy should get better from therefore after that happens.
Yeah, the way we're going, we're absolutely looking to a collapse. We have a tremendously high national debt. We just have over.
Echoing very badly.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna do this because I know it will be. All right. I'm gonna have it where we can hear ourselves on here instead.
Can you hear me on that end?
I can. I know you're able to hear me. Is that correct?
Not from I can hear you on the podcast thing. Yes.
Okay, then that's all that matters. As long as you can hear me on the podcast and I can hear you on the phone, I feel like that'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, as I was saying though, is that we just we will end up the way we're heading. We will end up in a economic collapse, and it will not look good. Like I said, over government spending, we're going in trillions and trillions of dollars in debt every 100 days. That's what's a trillion. That's a lot of zeros right there.
Yes, sir.
Not good. And honestly, we're overprinting money as well. So those factors will 100% guarantee a collapse in the economy. And it's not going to be a good day when that happens.
No.
I mean, it will make things cheaper, but we don't need that. We don't want that. We want to make things cheaper naturally and not just an absolute chaotic collapse of our economy. We will need, honestly, I actually have that in this book about just kind of my plan on trying to do that. For one, I feel like higher tariffs, for one, on stuff that does not get manufactured in America, should go straight to paying off that national debt. We need to stop sending money over that we can't afford to countries that, quite frankly, hates us. Because a lot of these other countries that we're funding and that we're going to and doing whatever, they don't like us. Why are we giving them money?
Right.
Because I guarantee they ain't gonna give us a dime if we needed it.
No.
And yet we're giving them money. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, also, if I were to be president, I would pull us out of any and all wars that we might be in at the time if it does not directly affect our well-being as a country. Like if it's not gonna affect us being a country or not, we don't need to be involved. About like Nam, I mean, them did honorably things. I mean, it's honorable that they went, but I mean, at the same time, there's just a bunch of pointless lives lost, and I don't think they should have been treated the way they were treated. 'Cause that's honestly just a government war that the people got swept into. So any party that's actually serving, I commend them 100%, regardless of whether what they fought for was right or not. But it's just pointless to go to war whenever we don't have to go to war. And if it's not going to affect our being as a country, and we shouldn't be fighting in it.
Right. I agree. So what we also got to realize too, in Revelations chapter 13, I've always warned people of this for years now, and they laughed at me about it. But we're actually living in a society where technology is there.
Oh, absolutely. Technology is there. And unfortunately, we're experiencing times where we don't know what's real and what's not real due to AI and just all this AI imagery and AI voices and AI. Like, AI is getting good that you can almost no longer tell reality with fiction anymore. It's just a very blurred line at this point, and that's not a good thing at all. I mean, I embrace technology, but there's also stuff that we just no.
Well, I'm going to read this to you.
All right, go ahead.
It says in Revelations 13, I believe, chapter 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And then 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So, yeah, that's one that I told people, hey, we got to watch out for that. We got to watch out for deceit. We got to watch out for a lot of things.
Exactly.
You know, I even talked about that in my younger years. People thought I was nuts, but the thing of it is, it's not so nuts when you got technology like what we're doing right now, or have a small little computer box, or have even a Raspberry Pi, for example. I can't show you guys, I forgot. But I have one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm using one of my tiny computers right now that I could take on me with on the go or whatever, and use it for projects or use it for office or whatever I need to use it for. But the point is, it can be used for anything at this point because it is powerful PC now. Why it's having issues like it is tonight is beyond me. It's probably our internet, my guess.
That's honestly what my guess would have been tonight too. Is just internet. I guess you know how internet is. Internet sometimes sucks. It sometimes doesn't. It just is what it is.
I'm planning to switch to some other service. I can't wait, to be honest with you.
You still with your parents, or are you on your own now?
I'm still with family.
Oh, okay. Because I know you, because of certain circumstances, you had to move back in, which better than being homeless. Like I said, it's like whatever helps. Like that's how it has to be nowadays. Like the economy is crap.
Right. Well, in that situation, I'm not blaming the economy, though.
Oh yeah, I understand your situation probably a lot more than. Well, I'm just saying the viewers, but I'm just also just clarifying, just I guess the viewers, just like in general, it's like you're not there just because of you trying.
Hey, Aiden, unmute. Oh, okay. It muted you for some reason.
Oh, it did?
Yes, it muted you.
Oh, that's awful. Oh yeah, technology is sometimes very weird. But yeah, there's like I said, there's a lot, and a lot of it will be in this book right here. Now I'm still writing, and then I'll publish. Hopefully by the end of this year. Hopefully. Yeah, just in this book I'll publish this, and this will be my idea and my thoughts on what I would do if I was the president of the United States of America, and just really there to help the American people to give the power back from the government to the people, to the states, and then what we do hang on to, what we will make sure that they'll be there to benefit the people. And I'm truly wanting to get plenty of ideas and of what the people want, because that's the best thing about being a public figure is you got to listen to the people. You got to listen to other people and just see what their thoughts are, not just what your own thoughts are about things. I mean, yeah, you can implement your own ideas and own thoughts, but it's crucial to know what the people you're representing actually want versus what you want. And that is what true leadership is, and that is how you run a country, is doing what the people need and want.
Right.
Which is in that within reason of certain things too, because sometimes what the people want might not always be the best for what's for the country. So I mean, of course, that's why you have a final say in a bunch of stuff too. It's not always about what people want, because sometimes what people want ain't always the best. But for the most part, you do need to listen to the people and do what the people want done. That's that's going to be good for the country.
Right.
And
I can't believe that this whole stream is sort of messed up a little bit.
That is strange. I think that also is strange as well. Is that the stream has messed up the way it messed up. But It is what it
I
is.
think it's just due to our internet, really. And I'm gonna try to get something else. So.
That's very possible. It's definitely possible. For just the internet being weird. There's many reasons why it could be acting the way it's acting, and it's just things happen, but you just make the best of it, and that's just really what you gotta do is just roll with the punches, make the best of what you're doing, and just figure it out.
Yeah, I know. I have 100% that it's internet, really.
Alrighty.
So, it's not this computer. I can tell you that much. This computer does not slow down with anything. It's actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
So.
Is there any more? Is there any more questions or anything that you may have for me?
Not really. Just.
Is there anything else going
how
on?
you've been doing overall? So.
Oh, I'm doing well. Literally in 14 minutes from now, I'll be 20.
Oh, congratulations!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in 14
And
minutes.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Happy early birthday to me.
Thank you. I'll be turning 26 here this month.
That's cool. What day is your birthday on?
22nd.
Oh, the 22nd? Yeah, mine's on the 4th. Yours is on the 22nd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to get this book done, just out.
I feel like I'm getting older. I feel like I'm getting old too quick or something. I don't want to get there.
I saw this TikTok video and it was funny. I saw this TikTok video and it was about just being, it was like the moment you turn 25, how people start looking at you. And it's like, oh my goodness, you're old.
Yeah. I haven't went through a midlife crisis yet, so I think that's good.
I think that happens when you're like 40. And plus, how would you ever know if something's a true midlife crisis? Because of, you don't know if you're in the middle of your life or not. Who knows? You could die tomorrow. For all you know.
Right?
Mm.
But at least I can stand up all night. Oh my God, what do I do?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man, I hope to never get there, but it may happen. Who knows?
You never know. You truly never know. And it, like I said, it definitely is what it is. But yeah, yeah. Also, like the American people, I don't know what it is and how we got away from it, but we were so much more fit back in the day than we are now. And I mean, there were certain requirements to be done. One of my thoughts that I'm thinking on is, you know how Dwight D. Eisenhower, he did the thing with the presidential fitness?
I think so, yes.
Well, I'm wanting to expand on that, honestly, if I was to be in office, so that it's just required, because right now you just only have to do it just every once in a while. I think you should be able to have to do certain things based on your age, of course, but
right.
to graduate each grade and whatnot. And then expanding on that even further, though, is each day, like each year on your birthday until you're about 70, I think, you should be required to take the test. Basically, up until you retire. I do want to lower retirement from 65 to 60.
Right.
But just I'm thinking about 70. You just should probably go and take the physical fitness test, and and that will really help keep a healthy population. Because right now we spend the most on healthcare, yet we are the most unhealthy people on this planet, and it's just not good. We are dying. We are diabetic. We are all sorts of stuff. Yet we spend the most on healthcare. Like, healthcare is too much for profit and not enough about helping people. I want to change that. I want to make it where it's more about helping people and less about profit.
Right, I agree with you.
Because, yeah, there's way too much chemicals in our food. There's way too much just inactivity going on. Like, we are not a healthy people, and our healthcare costs way too much. And heck, you're screwed if you don't have insurance, and you have to go to the hospital. You're just out of luck.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, we gotta figure something out that will fix this. Otherwise, everyone's gonna end up just dying out.
Yeah, probably what you call depopulation control.
Yep.
Or something.
Mm-hmm. That's just so that they can have an entire globalist, like, government. And there should not be a globalist government. There should be sovereign governments.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, that's the plan. Is like, if you have a small enough population, you'll absolutely be able to. You'll absolutely be able to have a global government.
Right.
You know, but God made this earth so we can populate the entire face of the earth. And there's plenty of spaces to live still. There's plenty of spaces. Now, cities might be overcrowded and overpopulated, but the world is not.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, all right, people, y'all need to move out of the cities and stop saying that the world is overpopulated. Your world might be overpopulated, but the world is not.
Well, anyways, I do appreciate you being on my podcast tonight, and you take care. I'm gonna head off to bed here.
Thank you, Samuel. It was nice being on the show. I enjoyed talking about the book, just talking about my plans if I were to be elected or anything. And then
nice
I am
you
thinking
here
about
and having you at this hour. So.
Mm-hmm. We definitely had a great chat. Thank you, Samuel, and
You're welcome.
will be out of here.
All right, sounds good.
All right.